Bye.
It was in the middle of COVID too. It was so smart. I looked at that. I'm like, fuck, they know. What?
Because wings are overrated. The thighs.
Facts.
Facts.
Are we straight into this?
So much better.
Facts.
Dude, we straight into this.
Thank you. I actually like you.
This is what we've been missing. What?
Messy.
Oh.
There's no meat.
Oh.
Dude, it's all
Yeah,
sauce.
he's throwing away bones half the time.
Like, what the hell is
A
that?
kilo of wings. I don't give a shit. You're not giving me a kilo
No,
of dick.
Chicken wings, so overrated. Give me chicken thighs. Thigh stop. Was it Rick Ross, the
the
rapper?
boss.
Like, he's worked it out. This,
I
if
love,
this
I love
doesn't
how you
blow
preface Rick Ross like he's some small town. But
yeah, the massive.
He's worked it out.
The one that you
He
all know.
owns Texas, I think. But yeah, he's
I think he runs Miami too.
like Jesus Christ, like thighs, chicken thighs. Why is that not more of a thing?
Spiritual. On a spiritual level.
I'm never getting wings again. This has actually motivated me.
You know what annoys me as well? I don't want to go for wings with you. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Look at you eating like a pig, just trying.
I don't want to put my hand in a jar of sauce.
100%. Oh.
Yucky.
First date idea: wings.
Right.
Imagine that.
Set the standard.
Yeah, he's like.
Yeah, the relationship will be messy with not much goodness. Just a lot of bone. Like,
God, yeah,
I like how you did
great
that.
idea.
A lot of bone.
yeah, a lot of fucking bone.
A lot of bone, dude.
What else would it be?
Glock.
Could be.
First date's enough,
Okay,
mate.
go both ways.
Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway.
that's fair. But Wingstop, like they're bringing. Welcome back to the episode.
Welcome.
Welcome back to the episode. Don't forget to hit that bell notification,
Ding,
like
ding,
and
ding, ding,
subscribe.
Smash the bell.
Smash the fucking bell. We're always hitting bells out here.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not gonna get into it.
Do you know who was hitting notification bells? What's his name? I always forget it. Carl Nassib. The
Oh, we're jumping it.
yeah, jump straight to it. The defensive end for the
Las Vegas Raiders. Las Vegas, yeah.
He'd come out, say he's gay. Nothing wrong with that, but it's just interesting because the world's blowing up. It's like, wow, he's gay. Okay, well, half the party thinks that it's all good, and then the other half's losing their mind in private.
Is it a big deal?
I think that it's cool that he feels comfortable to do it, but I personally don't give a shit.
It is a massive deal in the NFL.
It is a massive
He's the
deal,
first
yeah.
the only actively gay at the moment,
Yeah.
and only one other in my following of the sport has ever come out while they were playing, and he wasn't like a starting level player. Like
He was shit.
I don't know. I don't know enough
warmer.
about the offensive line to tell you how good he was at his job because he was like an offensive lineman.
He was shit.
Really hard.
If he's not a starter, he's shit.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Yeah,
There's enough starting positions in the league of
But you're
30-something
good enough to get
teams.
to the NFL, but not good enough to play and make much of
Okay.
an impact. But yeah, it's a
It's a big
It's
thing.
a huge
but
deal.
on a personal
Why?
level.
Why?
Yeah.
Is it a bigger deal because it's the NFL and not the MLB, the MLS?
I think in any sport, what like men's sport has openly like a lot of openly gay athletes in a league.
I don't know of any.
I don't know of any. This is a big deal.
I don't think there are any top level athletes that are
open-
gay.
Yeah.
But there's also not that many top level athletes. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Well, I don't think that people actively want to come out and go, yeah, I'm gay, because this is what happens. The world, every man's son has an opinion on it. Half the world goes, yeah, good on you, mate. And then the other half's privately roasting them. And they probably just don't want to deal with that drama. And that's what I mean when I say, like, personally, I don't care, is because it makes no difference to me whether he's gay or straight or whatever. Like, when the door's closed, that's what he does. It's up to him. But I think for the sport, it's massive, as you said, because if he's
Because
the
it
only
fucks
one
with fans.
Yeah,
Some
yeah,
fans don't like that.
Well, that's actually something I wanted to get into, because I wanted to break it down in terms of these teams and the fans. How are they going to react? Because the fans, there's a lot of like stubbornness over in America. We all know that. And
anywhere. We're all fucked, but yeah.
yeah, I think that
I love how people say like America's fucked, and it's like we're fucked.
They put themselves
Yeah.
on the stage.
Yeah.
They want to be, so they're going to be scrutinized like they are
Yeah.
the ones who we are looking at, because we are.
And I
They're
think
always
there's going to be plenty of fans who don't like. They're homophobic.
Yeah.
And they're not going to like the fact that he's playing.
America is homophobic. That is the title of the episode.
Americans homophobic. But yeah, I wonder, well, if teams don't want to sign him because he's not good, could there be a spin from the media like, oh, they didn't sign him because he's gay? No, they didn't sign him because he's not good.
Yeah, that's why I think he did it.
Super interesting.
He's done it now
At the start of his contract.
He's just signed the 3-year contract. It's a good move in terms of that because it's like it's not going to be any even for the team. Like, it won't be any issue for the team. Anytime soon because in 3 years if it doesn't burn out, it's fine. Like it's not going to be.
It's probably blown over by 3 years. Time. Like there's probably a lot more people
probably
that'll come out.
Usually this is what happens.
Maybe I don't know if that's true.
Well, they're going to
It might take a while in the NFL because they're not progressive at all. Whatever the word is for unprogressive.
No, they're not progressive. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Is that like I don't necessarily like. Yes, it's fantastic that he's come out and said this. Yes, he did it in a very stylish manner. He came out and then he's like, "I'm going to drop a donation as well." Like, he did a lot
Foundation. That's a cool cause.
And he dropped a hefty bit of change as well.
100K.
Yeah.
100,000.
Like he really did this in style and he really set the scene for like, all right, I'm comfortable with myself. You guys better get comfortable with me.
That's a good point.
And like, you said, people may not come out straight away because they don't like the drama. They don't like the scrutiny behind it. And so I don't think people will jump at the chance to follow in his footsteps. They're going to wait a while, let him be the poster boy, let him cop a beating from the media, from the fans, from the teams, and then they'll jump in once it's the norm, once the 3 years has like blown over sort of thing.
Once they feel it's more comfortable, really.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I think it favours him that he's a player that's been in the league for about 4 or 5 years or...
It's not his first contract, yeah.
His teammates, that they know him well. Like they would... The ones he's close with would have already known this anyway. It's not like he's coming into a new environment and he's got that...
New team members and stuff like that, yeah.
There will be people in any sport. I think it's something to do with at least from the outside, like the macho, like...
It's not as masculine.
Yeah, it's just perceived that way.
Dude,
and people our age, you'll probably find won't care as much as...
Yeah.
But a lot of the fan base in the NFL is the older...
Yeah, like the
very
40s,
Christian,
50s,
very like certain Christian that don't necessarily
very conservative.
accept,
Don't like to change their ways.
Whereas
So
we've been
it's a big
spoon-fed
deal.
this like progressively since we were young.
Yeah.
There's a comedian that I love to watch, and he makes this brilliant joke saying there is nothing more masculine than fucking another man. It takes a real man to fuck a man. So
What's the saying? You're not a man till you fucked a man?
Yeah.
Not a man until you
So
had a man.
anyway,
Yeah, that's the one.
Less aggressive than that, Luke. Not a man till you had a man. I think it was.
That's a good point, yeah.
But anyway, I think it will be really interesting to just like watch that because the LGBT community, they're going crazy. They're loving him. They're loving how brave he is to come out and say this sort of thing.
What's the response been? I haven't seen any of the response.
I don't think you'll see openly negative response.
No, dude, you can't.
I feel like you would.
If you deep dive into comments and stuff, you will see.
Had a look on
dude, the comments are
posts
always real.
Yeah, comments and that is where you'll see that shit. But you see it on everything. Like,
You're not going to see on the media like
there's not going to be
gay
a media
NFL
outlet that
star.
says,
Like,
what does this do for his teammates? Like, how do they feel? Like, you're not going to see it from anything mainstream that's going to push it out. But I think hop on Reddit, you'll probably get a few.
It's amazing that the people also wanted to touch the story because it is NFL fans. Some of them won't like it.
If you follow NFL media, though, they push a lot of progressive agendas.
Do you think so?
They do. The media side does. They definitely do.
In what way? Because the way I think of the NFL is very old school.
But they celebrate. They put messages out for Pride Week like for years. They've been doing Pride Days and that forever. They do the media side of it.
They had all their kneeling moments.
Yeah,
like
the NFL media has been pushing that kind of stuff for a while. Like it's not. They're not there. That side of it is not closed off to them. I think it's the behind closed doors. Like you don't things you don't see open.
That locker room.
Do you reckon he's
talk,
lost fans? Do you reckon he's lost fans from it?
I'm sure he would have. If he had any fans, because I don't think he was.
No.
He's not a superstar.
No, you know what? I don't think
but
he has.
He's got
a
fans.
good player. Yeah.
No,
if you're in the NFL,
I
you've got
don't-
fans.
I don't think he has lost fans because your fans are the ones who are going to sit there through thick and thin. And if he's lost fans, they would just fair with
Yeah, not real. Fans.
No, they're
okay,
just
but
bullshitters. The real ones who like him for the way that he plays the sport, they're probably still there. They don't give a shit.
Which is interesting that anyone cares about anything outside of how they play the sport when it comes to... we've talked about this before where it's like, we put athletes on this, they have to be this exact depiction as we have them in our head. This is what an athlete is, they're this. And if they're not that outside and inside, like, well, who gives a fuck? If they play the sport well, that is all that matters. If they come across as a decent person too, because you don't want to hate them like a prick.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, if they're a good person or seem like a decent person, that's where
we get introduced to this person to us because of how well he throws a ball, and we love him and we fixate on him. And when one other aspect of his life outside of his ball throwing ability isn't perfect, we are furious.
I love how
we are furious.
He can't be part of the team anymore.
Oh, I'm referring to a QB. But
he's throwing balls, bro.
But like whatever it is, if it's a singer,
you're right.
we love their lyrics, we love their music videos, we love their performances.
We find out that they smoke darts and.
But when we figured out, when we figured out that they're actually a psychopathic crackhead who abuses fans, we get mad. And it's like, well, hang on, you like their music?
Yeah.
Like it's funny, but this is where probably the NFL isn't progressive at all. It's like if you like do any kind of drug that's illegal, like you will cop it. Your contract will suffer from that. Like
they're big on that though.
Even though they're legalizing tons of like weed and stuff, there's still like stigma when it comes to that. So there is that old school mentality grandfathered into the NFL, but
it's because there's so much money at stake, man. You've got to be so careful.
The Las Vegas is probably a good team to do it in. Like I don't think Las Vegas fan base would give as much of a shit. They've got crazy shit. Got Las Vegas, a gay person's not a crazy thing to them. If you
Maybe
went to
it's
some
smart,
other states, it probably might have been a bit different.
If you're in Texas,
I think some there would just be. So I think he's in a good situation too, where it should help him.
And do we want to go back to this Wingstop? Wingstop becomes thigh stop.
You've got something to unpack here. Go on, do
just
it.
Because
just get
we're
off
fucking
your chest.
hungry.
Yeah, like
just because we're fucking hungry, and I don't want to eat bones.
Starving. Yeah, like what is the chicken wing thing? Why did that start?
Man, it's the sauces. I think it's because it's small morsels.
And sorry, another thing's just pissed me off about it, but you go.
No, I think it's because the small morsels. Man, you could have 6 real spicy ones. You can have 4 buffalo wings. You can have some that are like barbecue.
Buffalo wings. Why are they buffalo wings?
Man, they're from Buffalo's, bro. Didn't you know?
Buffalo sauce.
Why are they buffalo wings? What is chicken wings and what is buffalo wings?
Buffalo wings.
Dude, do you see how angry he gets?
Right,
man,
buffalo
every
is
episode.
The sauce and the basting and all that shit. Buffalo is what goes on the wing.
Yeah.
Well, why are the buffalo's wings?
It's not a buffalo. I think it's from
Buffalo.
Buffalo in America.
Yeah, Buffalo doesn't have wings.
The sauce.
No. The place in Buffalo.
Yeah, what about it?
That's probably where
the sauce came
mate.
from.
Just relax. Just calm down. It's a sauce that...
But they're not mayonnaise wings. They're not fucking honey soy wings.
Marketing gone right, mate. This marketing people in Buffalo who came up with this thing.
Genius.
But you're right, buffalo thighs. Oof, that's a good concept. But buffalo wings, get out of here.
But apparently it started because of the price increase behind chicken wings.
Really?
Apparently, farmers have been struggling to produce. Apparently, year-over-year increses by 25%.
Yeah.
That was one of poultry suppliers.
The amount of chickens we like mass genocide
Yeah,
chickens
on a daily basis, yeah.
We're okay with it.
Yeah, like we don't care, but
yeah, but
how
dude,
many chickens have to die?
Yeah, but Dino, what do you want to do in
Oh,
exchange?
I have
hang
no
on.
idea.
The people are doing alternates now. What's the Burger King have a burger that's
What are they, Impossible Burger or something? Don't they? Or,
they've made
it's
it like a
fake meat.
super masculine. Yeah, it's a fake meat. It's a meat that's not a meat, and
Yeah,
apparently it tastes
yeah.
good.
Come on, though.
They can't make it
Fuck
taste
hell.
bad because
imagine if it tasted like shit. That would not
it
work.
wouldn't just rub over.
So the burgers are not better at Hungry Jack's when they're fake meat.
100%.
But-
they are
Yeah,
better
but dude,
ones.
I don't know, like these big companies who use chicken as one of their main products, you know, like hell, Chick-fil-A and like these places where it is like one of the main proteins on the menu. What do you want them to do? What do you want us to do when we go to the shops? Like, not gonna slaughter any livestock anymore. We're only gonna eat plant-based diets.
Some people expect that.
Yeah, but that's
I'm not
not
saying that at all,
realistic.
mate.
That's not realistic.
You sometimes just step back and you think, oh, it's a lot of chickens that are there are probably billions of chickens that die every year. You're just like, oh, that's that. Wow.
Do you drive on the gateway and you see the trucks with the chickens on the trucks? And it's like, they're driving to the slaughterhouse. Yeah. Every single one of them.
No, they're just all laying eggs.
That's all for KFC.
They're just providing us the eggs.
And that's like 1 week of Southside Brisbane's consumption. Maybe. Maybe one suburb.
Are you kidding? Those trucks back there is no chicken.
Yeah, they're nothing.
That's one McDonald's.
But it's crazy. But it's also interesting that Wingstop are using a virtual restaurant as well. They're using their physical locations that they've got to rebrand, or not even rebrand, launch a new brand that only serves virtually. I mean, I think it's a good idea.
It's a great idea.
You've got the location, you've got the services, and the system behind producing food.
You know what? I don't think brick and mortar stores are the way to win anymore. What I mean by that is, if it's just a store that you walk into and shop, that's not the way. It's got to be brick and click.
You need it online.
You've got to have that online aspect. If you don't have that online, that click...
What do you mean?
For example, if you go into JB Hi-Fi, right? That's the brick and mortar aspect. You're walking in the store. You've got your products that you can grab off the shelf and shop. If you jump on your phone and jump online, you can do click and collect, and you can just have it delivered to your house. You can go pick it up and just drive through, grab it, get back to your house. That click element, that makes it easy to shop. That makes it fun to shop. That makes it... There's a perception that you're not spending as much money because you're not actually sitting there grabbing it off the shelf. You're just paying on the phone and going. I think it's a little bit confronting when you grab $500 worth of stuff and it's one item and you're like, oh, fuck. You realize how... That's why I think you got to have brick and click. That's why these places are popping off because people are at home. They don't have to go to the shops and prep anything. They don't have to go buy anything from a restaurant. They don't even have to sit there. Hell, you can just buy it, sit at home. Someone will deliver it on a scooter. And then you're just sitting there watching your favourite Marvel movie.
Takeaway has been around for some time, though.
But I think
it's selling convenience.
This is better, though, because in my head, it's like this. Because when you say you get Uber Eats and you get grilled on Uber Eats, it's not as good as when you sit there and eat it because they're focusing on all the other people, the people that are in there. Yours is probably getting pushed away to the side. It's waiting. This is set up so hopefully it's cooked. They pick it up. They take it straight to you. It's like it's more focused on that. And I think it'll just make a better product. And I think that kind of thing in a lot of different stores where it's solely focused on the people ordering online, they're just focusing on them. They're not worrying about the people coming in. Yeah, I think that's going to be a lot better in terms of product that you actually receive.
So you think click stores are the way of the future?
Well, click stores, you can have both.
Ghost kitchens.
Yeah, that's the ghost kitchen like that, or whatever it is, where it's just, there's just a kitchen and they send it out.
But do you think
you can have both?
You think ghost kitchens are better than brick and click?
No, I like going out and eating in a restaurant. But having that other option, I think, is good.
It's fantastic as well.
It's good for these stores to do it over both.
During COVID, it's all over the news. I see it at work when I'm on my lunch break and stuff like that. Sydney, Melbourne, the only way that they're surviving during these big lockdowns is just through the click aspect of their business. The brick just is not making them money. And I think we will see a lot of ghost kitchens, man. It's the way of the future. When shit like this happens, there's no way you can survive on just the brick element. Yes, like you said, it's nice to go out to dinner. But it's also nice that when you're stressed, you can still get a restaurant-cooked meal. And you can't do that if it's only brick.
I feel like COVID just sped that up as well.
Yeah.
I feel like we're already there. Takeaway was already existing
just bumped
long time ago. Uber Eats came around. There's some legs to this idea, and I think COVID was like, hang on, people are fucking lazy, and the better the lazy experience can be, the more money to be made there is.
Definitely.
And I think that's why creating a new franchise or a new brand based off the logistic network and the distribution that they've already got. They've partnered with DoorDash on this one to already do the supply. You just need to come up with the menu, which is simple. I think it's just wings.
Yeah,
it's a very simple menu. It wouldn't be difficult to execute on a couple of flavors.
Just thighs. Don't have wings.
Sorry.
Jesus.
Fuck. Would have been bad.
Oh, would have been angry.
Terrible.
But I think but why can't they then go, well, let's create a third one. Let's do 3. What's stopping them? If for example,
different menus,
yeah. Why can't they? Especially if you're keeping it to chicken, there are different aspects.
Dude, there
are different branches.
That could be weird if you're having 3 separate kitchens for 3 just different things. It would have to be blown up, and you'd have to have enough demand for it, wouldn't you?
No, I don't think so. What Luke's sort of saying is when you keep things refined, when you keep things refined
simple enough
and simple, as the consumer, it is very easy to navigate. Man, if you jump on and we
wouldn't know on our end either. We'd just jump on and we're like, do we want to eat from thigh stop or chicken neck stop?
It could be same kitchen, but just
like the experience is individual to us.
Yeah, exactly. And when you jump on, if you know that particular click store, the Ghost restaurant, is only doing thighs, you're like, fuck man, these thighs are gonna be brilliant. What flavor do I want? And then you're like, oh, milkshake stop. Man, which milkshake do, for example, but it makes things really easier for the consumer because it is simple. You ever jump on a website and it's just shit everywhere? Fuck that.
You're looking at a menu that's just a photo.
Dude, there's also like credibility that comes in thigh stops. Well, they better be legit.
Yeah, because
they're probably legit.
It's just there.
And you got to deliver as well. You always have to deliver.
Dude, you ever gone to a burger place? It's just burgers and like a milkshake or like a soft drink or something, and the burger is the duck's nuts. Like, it is so freaking good, man, that you'll go back just for a burger. And that's all they serve. And I think that, like you said, you become credible when you're really good at the one thing. Don't be an ace of all spades.
Pasaris, the yolk. It's just a bacon and egg burger.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Be good at one thing and nail it. And
if I see a big menu at a restaurant, I get concerned.
Yeah.
I always like... We'll see how this goes. It'll be really hit and miss because
it's always like the surf clubs, like the country, it's the big clubs that have the big kitchens. Maybe a long time ago, a big menu was loved where you got pastas, you got pizzas, you got the seafood, you got the red meats. But now you got the salad. Now it's just like, what are you good at? Yeah.
Do you know what's really cool?
Nail what you're good at.
You know what's really cool as well? When we have more of brick and click. Mainly like these ghost restaurants, what you can do is you can really minimize their floor space, pack them all into like these oceanfront areas, like these really natural areas. You can pack them in, and then it's basically like a click and collect sort of thing. Collect your food, go back out into like the council land where there's parks and stuff. Eat there, yeah. And I think it'll be interesting because you're not just sitting at a table in a brick restaurant,
which is expensive real estate.
Yeah, you're outside, and like these places can save money, as you said, but it's nicer, in my opinion, from like consumer standpoint, because if you're with your family and your friends, you can go somewhere nicer, man, a little bit more private.
I will say though, the top end isn't going anywhere.
No.
People
like
also want an experience.
Yeah,
people will pay for an experience, but if you're not giving an experience, you're probably going out of business.
Yeah.
Like
just keep it on the click side.
Everyone's in the experience business now. How are you presenting the experience? If you're not, you've got to be super convenient. Mm-hmm. That's it. Period.
Yeah. Food's hard with that. Like, it's hard to make money in a restaurant, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's hard to make money.
Man, it's a massive break-in industry. You've got to be really good at like that one thing to get like the start, and then you can develop. There's a lady who when I was watching some Netflix episodes about, it's called Chef. They go through and look at all these different food places, food trucks, restaurants, etc., etc. There's this lady, she started off just doing bake sale cupcakes, was incredible, and now she's like one of the top dessert chefs for like cakes and cupcakes in the world. She does like weddings and shit from around the world. It's really
what's
cool.
the go with the fucking cupcake? Not the cupcakes, the fucking donuts right now.
Oh, dude,
they are donuts.
Donuts are good though. Like
but like
Instagram
a cinnamon donut's good.
Cinnamon donuts, yeah, dude, the classic. Oh man,
but no, like what's the go with those fucking Biscoff, Nutella, strawberry jam, layered? You like it?
Yeah, but
do I like? Yes, it's everything.
I think it's a really big.
I literally just saw you melt in front of me.
It's a bit of a crutch food, isn't it?
Don't worry.
Like it's a vice food. You're like, fuck, man, gym's been hard this week. But God damn, that donut looks good, and you just cave in. Yeah,
it's a big
massively.
Dude, Cinnabon opened up in Garden City. They killed it, man.
Cinnabon still kills it. They are still popping every time I walk by.
And that's a crutch food. That's a crutch food.
Donut time went out though.
Donut time sucked.
Yeah.
Was it? I never ate it.
No.
Okay.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Donuts just weren't good. They
Agreed.
had like interesting ideas, but they never tasted any good, which is
If you're a food,
you got to taste good.
That's the most important thing. You got to deliver whatever you're promising or presenting or selling.
Food.
Dude, I think we're just a broken record. Cinnabon good at like just the simple.
They've got 2 options.
You know, like they have like maybe maximum 5 options for food, and then they have maybe maximum like 5 options for like milkshakes and shit. But they're really good at all of their like whatever's on their menu, they kill it. And I think it's super important. Like, there's no point going wide. Go narrow and tall and like just get good at that one thing. Otherwise, no one's going to shop with you.
I think that's still possible. I don't know. I don't want to like close off because I think wide is still possible.
Chinese restaurants, Sunny Baked Wide, dude, that's the shit.
But it's like you've got to be competitive on pricing.
Yeah.
You've got to be in the volume business then. Like, I think there's a way to go about it, but if you're going narrow and you're not hitting the bullseye, if your food isn't in the middle,
you're wasting your time.
Like perfect,
That's why, dude. Chinese restaurants, man. I'll just a little tangent. Gabby and I went out for dinner the other night. Excellent. I think that's like one of the best date night ideas is just go like Chinese, Chinese Thai, like all that place over Sunnybank. They just put in some new infrastructure there, and it's excellent eating for real cheap, dude. It's so good. Recommended to anyone.
Chinese is very trusty takeaway.
They've been killing it for a long time in that regard, like the cheap or not that expensive for what it is, and then you're getting the best tasting food you can even get.
Go to Chinese takeaway before we go on to the next thing. Little bit of fried rice with honey soy chicken, or
fried
honey
chicken with honey
sesame.
Chicken. You know, it's like honey puffs.
Yeah,
it's like honey puffs chicken. The best. It is. Look at my chicken. And Spielberg has gone with Netflix.
He has,
which is fucking huge.
Yep,
fucking huge.
Dude, this is what the streaming world's doing, man. They're just tearing shit up, running at a loss, and just dominating.
I wonder, like, at what point does Netflix run out of money?
Well, they've got shitloads in the bank, apparently.
It's debt. It's other people's money.
It is,
People keep bailing them out.
At what point do people go,
well, we're paying.
You're not making money. No, at what point do investors go, you're not making money, we're not going to give you any more money?
The perception for the general public is they're like, wow, they're making a lot of money. And that's where you get your new... Dude, that's where you get your new investors, where like
investors like us aren't the ones doing it. They don't give a shit about our money because it's literally piss in a bucket. But where are they getting the $5 million, the $100 million round of funding from? Like, where is that?
I don't know, but they keep getting it. They keep getting it. They're just going more and more. They've gone The Irishman, and now they've got what? These other movies.
What's the one with The Rock?
Red Notice, that new heist. Red Notice 7, is it?
Red Notice.
Oh, it's, Red Notice. Red Notice. And they've got new heist movie. It's going to be pretty...
Everything else,
pretty sick. Love a good heist movie.
Still killing. And it's like the equivalent of going online for food. Like, they are...
The convenience.
They are the convenience version of that. Like, the movie cinemas, over COVID, another thing that I think is accelerating, cinemas are dying.
Cinemas struggled.
Cinemas are dead.
COVID.
No.
Cinemas are dead.
No.
They're going to have to downsize.
Yes.
Small amounts, show 1 or 2 films. Some people will go there. I don't think they are a money-making thing.
Especially when you consider home.
They're blockbuster.
What do you back cinemas?
They're blockbuster, mate. They're DVDs. They're go and rent out a DVD company.
The reason why I think that film, like cinema as we know it, will be around forever in some format. Sure, it will be.
Sure, it will be. That's a guarantee.
Will go watch.
That's a guarantee.
Go back to drive-in cinemas.
Yeah, sure, it'll be like a vintage experience. But I think there will still be some of it. Will it be huge? No. I think streaming is like the next thing. It's going to definitely kill it to some extent. It will wipe it out of the industry and sit it in the niche vintage market. Because, man, streaming, the fact that these big companies are already hitting like 26% of the US's view time as opposed to like their television being 25%. I think it's crazy that in a very short period of time, it's skyrocketed. I mean, Disney Plus released in 2019, wasn't it? And they have shitloads of money. I mean, they built their name and then they're like, here's our streaming platform. You just can't compete with that, dude. And they release exclusives. And like I was saying before, Raya the Dragon is exclusive on Disney Plus. And I loved it. And I would happily pay just to watch that, you know?
Yeah. Did you?
I didn't pay just to watch that, but I would have. That's what I'm saying.
So you didn't pay? And
no, I did pay.
Disney
I've got a Disney Plus.
Disney Plus
what's it cost?
It's cheap. It's like $6.99 a month.
That's sort of my point. That's literally my point. Their Netflix originals don't do anything.
As they don't make them money.
Not yet.
No, they don't even get views.
Imagine a Spielberg they're changing though. They're molding Spielberg.
They're trying to. They're trying to.
Do the Irishman get views?
Nope.
Not at all.
Flop.
Yeah.
Flop. $200 million flop.
But that was also a 4-hour movie. And once
I think it was a very long
people
movie.
hear it's a 4-hour movie, you're also not going to watch it probably, especially when it comes to that.
I don't know. That's interesting because you've still got, there was De Niro. It was the 90s, 70s to 90s
all the
gangster
old people
movies.
Who don't
the whole cast was back.
Yeah, but they're also actors that their demographic is not necessarily people jumping on Netflix. It's the older people. You don't reckon?
Yes and no.
I
feel like there's some kind of overlap there.
It could be why it doesn't work.
With a long movie where it's like just make it a series and it would have probably killed it.
Yeah. Do you know what I think makes money? And Disney have done it very well. Is where you target children, but you ultimately end up getting the parents.
It's a very aggressive.
What do you mean?
Well, they put all the kid shows on there, but they've also got all the Marvels and everything. So it's like
but even the kid shows, for example, like Raya the Dragon, whatever. I keep yapping on about it, but it's targeted to kids, and I loved it. The fact that I love it means that most likely a parent out there who's watching it with their young kids is probably going to love it. Probably going to say, wow, that was a really good film for young kids. I enjoyed it. I know my little kid who's 6 enjoyed it, and the fact that you can target that whole demographic and everyone who's watching goes, oh, wow, that was really cool. That's your moneymaker because that's where you get all these return customers.
It's the
when you've got
market.
Yeah. And when you've got Netflix just releasing like a 4-hour movie, there's no kids watching that, dude.
But we're also talking about like that's one of Netflix's plethora.
Yeah, but I'm giving the example of one for one. Netflix made one film, went really, really shit, flopped, and then you got Disney who make one film, they target the right audience, goes gangbusters.
Yeah, but that's like taking a success story against a failure story. I know what you mean, but it's like handpicking.
Do we think the reason Netflix and like Amazon Originals, all these things, the reason they're not doing as well yet is because they haven't got over the old school media, the old school like the Spielbergs who directed all the movies that really hit in the cinemas, that they haven't got enough of those people coming over and directing their movies. And now that they're getting the best people at the job, it's going to change that?
Like, that's maybe. I don't know. I like, the film industry is so hard to be successful in, and licensing is so expensive, because that's where Netflix... So all of Netflix most streamed shows, movies, are through non-Netflix originals.
Yeah.
So stuff that they're licensing. And this could be a 6-month license, it could be a 3-year license. But the majority of their money goes into these licensing deals. So that's why they're trying to get Netflix originals to become popular.
That's what I
mean.
But
no one likes them.
But so, that's... Yeah, go on.
Yeah, it leads into the, okay, if we get good directors making good shit, can we get good originals, which will hopefully take away from the licensing fees, which makes us money.
And why not? Man. Why couldn't they? Why wouldn't they be able to do that? Yeah. I think it's just a matter of time. If they can survive long enough,
I think they can. I don't know how long it will take, though.
Maybe this next Spielberg thing will be good.
Because they're also competing against Amazon Prime Video. What's it called?
Prime Video. I think it's just called. Yeah. That also
150 million users. That has versus Netflix's 200 million users. It's very close. Very close.
Very close.
And they just... Amazon also just bought a brick and mortar cinema complex for...
Buy on the low. Buy.
It was in the middle of COVID too. It was so smart. I looked at that. I'm like, fuck, they know. But...
They know there'll be a bounce back at some point where people...
Cinemas aren't going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. Like we talked about with the kitchen, how you were saying that it needs to...
develop.
It's like click and collect.
Well, it's too transactional.
Yeah, cinemas are too transactional, and we said like it'll either go the way where it's click and collect, and it's very click, or we got high end. Cinemas will go high end.
Yeah, I think cinemas are ever going to be back to what they were.
It's an experience, dude. And if they can start selling experiences, it's similar to the restaurant
experience of going to the cinema.
Dude, if you go in
with
like
release date,
man, if you could sit in a layback chair, getting a massage with some bubbly and some like food while you're watching an awesome film.
I don't know
Sounds like I could do that on my couch at home. Like,
I don't. But do you enjoy going out for dinner?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't know what the specific idea would be or the shtick, but there is experiences that people value higher than what they can do for themselves.
You know what? I'll give you a really good example.
I think cinema's
I've got a really good example. You know Godzilla vs. King Kong, the recent film that came out? So my old man, my brother and I, we all went and we saw the film. We're sitting in there.
Is it because of the sound?
Pardon me?
Sorry, go on.
No, so we love, like, the three of us, we find it really fun and like cool to watch these big titans go and just smash each other, and like it's not a thinking film. Well, yes, we love thinking films, but we also love some of these like brain dead moments, and we find it really awesome, like the CGI and like some of what they can do with the tech nowadays. So anyway, we go watch this film. We are sitting there in absolute awe. We're loving it. And we finished up and we went and had a beer and some food afterwards. And we talked about how sick the film was, how loud it was, how awesome it was. And that's sort of what Luke's saying is like, you may not go just for the film. You may do stuff afterwards, but the film will be in your mind, and like being in the cinema element will be... That's sort of what you're talking about?
The movie won't actually be the most important part.
Yeah.
Sort of like when some of the best dinners, when you go, it's not actually the food was that great. It was good, but it was some other element. It might have been the service or the moment in time that they'll give you with your friends that you value this restaurant so highly. I think that's what it is.
Maybe it's like the space, the particular tables in the right location in the restaurant.
It could be.
I think it's maybe it's more like...
They got to get into experiences.
I'm thinking maybe it's more like going to a footy game. Like, that's the experience where you can stay at home, you can watch it on TV.
There's enough of a crowd roar.
You can do things before, you can do things after. In that regard, maybe
it can't be a $5.80 concession Cineplex ticket anymore. You've got to start charging $12, which is still very cheap. Land prices are going up, so you need to...
You don't go to the event cinemas.
Event cinemas are a joke.
They're going to be $35.
That's very unjustified as well. I don't know how they're able to get away with it.
Real estate too expensive, probably.
Yeah, they've got prime real estate, but so does Cineplex and Southbank. So that doesn't make sense to me, because that's probably one of the number one spots.
I still don't think it's going to be what it is. I still don't know what it used to be.
No, it won't be. It won't be. It will be seriously different and seriously better. Gold class will become the new normal.
Gold class.
And then there will be something above that.
You can smoke crack while you're seeing a film.
Movies will be big, and you know what? And you know what? Why do you have to go to a movie to watch a new film?
Because that's the only place you can see it for the next.
But why can't you go to a movie to watch an old film?
Because it's not
profitable,
not current anymore. People don't want to watch it anymore because
there are movies that do. On a Tuesday night, why can't you be showing?
Oh, you mean this is what they're going to mold into? Where they're going to show? They did it already.
You know, Dendy's
sometimes, but they're not smart enough. They've done it as well.
Cooper Dendy's does a really good job. That's where we went and saw the Godzilla film. For any of you who haven't gone there, it's fantastic. They got awesome screens, awesome surround sound, but they have a lot of like old school playbacks. There's a fella at work. He likes to go with his partner, and the two of them watch some of the old schools. They sit there. They get like tickets. They get 4-hour tickets. You see two films, and there's a halfway break, and they go for like 4 hours, trip balls on acid, and watch old films.
Nice.
That's an experience.
Yeah. That sounds like an experience. Maybe they need to start selling acid. Yeah, that could be it. That could be the shtick. Sell acid.
I did a bomb bag recently. I should start distributing acid. Yeah.
Yeah. But I really do.
No, it's not, dude.
Wait, which part?
The bum bag is real.
Is it?
I don't
remember seeing you wearing a bum bag.
100%.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a camo bum bag.
Hilarious. That's why you couldn't see it. That's why you couldn't see it.
Hilarious joke by Luke. Very nuanced considering it's a listening and the. But anyway,
to sort of summarize, I think
cinemas will survive.
Yeah, cinemas have to upgrade, have to become experience, and streaming platforms need to start getting out of debt. Because, like you said, how do
they flick the money switch so that they can actually make money?
Do they start charging us more?
That's what they do.
They will.
Did you describe that to me one time? But all they have to do is put it up $2 a month. Then they'll start making money.
When they want to, they will.
And man, wouldn't you pay?
Why is it an issue?
They're setting us up. They're buttering us up, man.
There's still because there's so much of a competition between Prime Video, between Hulu, between Stan, between Disney Plus.
Netflix is the most expensive one, isn't it? It's up there.
I'm not sure.
It's more expensive than Amazon Prime. It's more expensive than Disney.
But because there's so much of a competition, no one's won the war. I think we're very early days in this war, and it won't be until someone's won the war and sold the consumers on why they only need one subscription, will they go, okay, we're actually willing to pay $20 just to have one.
Yeah.
Instead of paying $35 to have all three. So they just need to justify why they deserve that number one spot. And whoever does it,
it may never happen. It might just keep branching out where you just have to go to different platforms for different things, and some
like
people will
Xbox
lose
versus
out.
PlayStation.
Like it'll just keep going. There's not going to be one that wins. I feel like that's more natural. Like the Disney's going to have that base, and they're going to keep growing as Disney.
Yeah,
they're not going to have everything. They're not going to have everything.
They're not going to have like
maybe, and it's just who doesn't die. Which company can stay afloat the longest?
It's just going to be like 7 good ones out there, but there were 35 that died in the process or something like that.
It very well could be. I sort of hope it's not that, because I don't want to have 7 subscriptions running.
Like, you don't want to monopolize the market, though. You don't want everything to be through one channel that dictates everything that everyone watches.
Yeah, but
though.
dude, that's not
convenience that's come with that as well.
Convenience doesn't overrule.
You know that whole like monopoly thing? I think that's a lot of bullshit. If
yeah,
the game or the
well, hang on, go on.
What I mean is that, you know how you're saying, oh, you don't want them to just like dominate the market for like decades and decades and decades.
Forever, yeah.
Well, if the consumers get fed up, right? All three of us were sort of sitting there looking at this. Say Netflix wins, and we're like, fuck, this Netflix subscription of $42 a month, like this is fucking ridiculous. Let's turn this shit off. This new guy's trying to pop up, and he's like $2 a month. Man, I'm just gonna give that a go.
Then what's he going to have to offer me? He'll have nothing.
Yeah.
This is the thing. Like,
what is the value?
Because they literally have everything that can.
Well, it's like Apple. Why would you go elsewhere?
But there are other decent options.
I'll go elsewhere.
I have a Windows computer, which are like there are different options. At least they're as close as you can get at the moment, aren't they? But
I think monopoly, but they're trying to stop monopolies as well. The federal something in America has listed a couple of 5
like rules and regulations around.
Well, they're trying to introduce just ways to stop juggernauts from being as juggernauty.
So they see it as a problem too. Like it's not something you want.
No.
Yeah, I think that's what people acknowledge, because even it goes back to the Fortnite v Apple Store situation, where one of the things they were trying to do is secondary markets can't be dominated by the primary, or dominated and controlled by the primary market. So Apple can't determine what happens on the App Store in terms of the payments. Right. It still should be a free market.
Yeah.
And another one of them was like on Amazon products can't be favored because Amazon can sell Amazon products on Amazon.
Or they could sell
in competition to
Nike or something.
Every other seller on Amazon. So I don't know. It's all interesting to see how it'll play out, and I don't think it'll end anytime soon.
No.
Do you know the cool thing though? If like by having these conversations, man, my mind grows every episode. Some of the shit that we're covering, like it really makes me think, and I hope it makes you guys think as well. If it's not, then you should delve into these things, because this is the future. Like it is very interesting to contemplate where this is going, and I love watching it, man. It's super interesting.
Anyway, thanks for tuning into today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, hit that bell notification.
Smash it.
Subscribe.
Smash that bell.
Thanks, guys.